Everyone knows the brand Apple, and everyone knows that iPhone 17 was just recently released. Influencers are promoting it, celebrities are using it. You see on social media that people are lining to get these new iPhones. And it makes you wonder if it's worth getting one too. Hi, my name is Adrian, and today I'm going to talk to you about why it's beneficial to use influencers to promote prevention campaigns. I've been working with the U.S. Army Substance Abuse Program for about 2 years now, and I've been to conferences where they talk about these issues. So now I want to share this knowledge with you all. Everyone is using social media nowadays, be it Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, etc. You can use social media to find information, find the latest trends, find the best food near you, or your next vacation destination. We may not fully realize it, but our daily lives, our decisions, and our actions are heavily influenced by these so called influencers. Now, you might ask, how is this related to substance use campaigns? But before that, I want you to look at these numbers and remember these numbers. So according to the State Epidemiological Outcomes Work Group, 27.35% of emerging adults in Hawaii, meaning ages 18 to 24, drinks alcohol. And 10.6% of these use alcohol and nicotine at the same time. And 8% of today's youths use alcohol, nicotine, and cannabis at the same time. So I want you to remember those numbers. In the next few minutes, I will address the idea that using influencers as campaign ambassadors increases youth awareness and reduces substance misuse, tobacco, and e-cigarette use. Okay. So first, I will discuss how influencers and social media impact society's decisions and perceptions. Second, I will discuss gamers' ninjas' role in the real cost prevention campaign. And then lastly, I will discuss a study on another campaign called Living the Example. First, I will discuss how influencers and social media impacts today's society's decisions and perceptions. But first, what is social media? So according to the 2024 article Influencers and Social Media by Han Allison, social media is a website, application, or platform that people can use to publish their contents, and they can use it for social networking, like Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, etc. What about influencers? According to the same article, influencers are self-identified figures or sponsored by corporations to influence people's lifestyle, decisions, and sometimes consumer behavior. Now, you can call them modern celebrities. And they use social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. So, one good example of how influencers influence your decisions. So, Sabrina Ionescu is a U.S. women's basketball player, and my wife is a big fan. So, in 2023, Nike collaborated with Sabrina, and they created the Sabrina shoes. And so, as a fan, my wife wants to get those shoes, so we got one. And then for the following years, they produced another Sabrina shoes, and we got the same shoes. I got one too because my wife wants me to. So that's just an example of how influencers and social media impacts society's decisions and perceptions. The next topic I will be talking to you about will discuss the actual data collected from campaigns that use influencers. So this is the Real Cost Prevention Campaign. So it's a campaign by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, or the FDA. It's a national public education campaign catered towards youth ages 12 to 17, and it's about the health consequences of tobacco and e-cigarette use. And their main goal is to prevent youth from using and to help them stop smoking. So the Real Cost Prevention campaign leverages influencers like Gamer Ninja, His real name is Tyler Blevins. He's a popular YouTuber and a gamer. So in this campaign, Ninja played the game One Leaves, which is created by the FDA, and posted it on his YouTube channel. So in the game, he played where he had to escape a haunted labyrinth, which is a metaphor for trying to escape uh, tobacco, sorry, cigarette addiction. And the campaign's message was that 3 out of 4 teen smokers will remain smokers into adulthood. Ninja have over 7 million followers, which ultimately led to an increased exposure to the game. According to the 2025 article, the impact of the real cost on e-cigarette initiation among U.S. youth, study shows that the campaign prevented an estimated 442,000 U.S. youth aged 11 to 18 from initiating e-cigarette use. So there was a 6% reduction in the number of youth trying to start smoking. And study shows that exposure to the campaign led to an increased perception of adverse effects of tobacco use and decreased use of tobacco products among U.S. youths. There are several factors that come into play too, but there has been several studies that prove that influencer-led campaigns does have an impact on how you perceive these products. Lastly, I'm going to talk about the campaign called Living the Example. So Living the Example is a program that teaches young people how to make and share prevention messages using social media. So it invites students to serve as youth ambassadors. And the program shares clear messages to correct common myths about drugs and alcohol among teens. According to the article, peer-to-peer social media is an effective prevention strategy, quasi-experimental evaluation. This study supports the claim from their pilot study in 2016 to 17 that self-reported exposure to the LTE program was associated with lower use intentions among lower use intentions across all 8 measured substances, including marijuana and opioids. I hope you guys were able to take something away from this presentation. To briefly recap, I covered the definition of influencers and social media and their impact on today's society's decision and perceptions. I discussed Gamer Ninja's role in the Real Cost Prevention campaign, and lastly, I discussed the Living the Life campaign. Remember, 1 in 4 today's youth are using or are thinking of using and misusing substances like alcohol, drugs, and nicotine. Social media is a powerful tool, and studies show that influencers can have a significant impact on how youth perceive these substances. I hope you guys learned something from this presentation. Be safe out there. Thank you, and have a good day.